What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. It's Sam here. Today we're going to go over all the stuff that I'm taking to Jeep Jamboree. We're going to go over stuff that I did to the Gladiator since the last time you saw it. There's been some updates. And I don't know what we're going to do, how I'm going to structure the videos for Jeep Jamboree. I always have big plans to do like a whole 3 days thing because it's Tuesday. We're going to go up there for we're gonna have like a guides dinner potluck. Wednesday is registration. Thursday's the first day, and the second day is Friday. So we're gonna be heading up to Slade here in a little bit, and we're gonna be taking the Gladiator out for its first long wheeling trip. So hopefully it looks as good as it does now when it come back. But I don't plan on doing anything crazy. We have a medium group, easy medium group. The lowest tire size I can have in my group is 33s on a 2-door, 35s on a 4-door, and Gladiators is my discretion because, you know, I got a boat here. I actually found out that the Gladiator has the same exact wheelbase as a Ford Excursion. So, yeah, long. But let's get into the stuff I did for this trip, and then I'll show you my packing nightmare that I got going on here. All right, I gotta hurry this up. Looks like it's gonna rain. But one of the things that I did was, you know, if you've seen this Jeep, I went over it. The Jeep came with AEV, the Bora wheels, which are a beadlock capable wheel. I ended up taking, getting these aren't the actual beadlock rings, they are the protection rings. And did that. I'll put a picture in of what the damage that was already done to the wheel. So we're going to try to stop that from happening anymore. These are sacrificial. They're expensive, but they're sacrificial. So did that. One of the big things that I did was I put a Best Top Easy Roll tonneau cover on the back. I'll get a picture of it looks like with it not rolled up. But it's literally been raining for 40 days and 40 nights here. It's going to be an absolutely muddy mess. If it isn't actually raining, it's going to be super wet. And I got all my stuff in the back because, you know, truck stuff. So didn't want it to get destroyed with mud. So I got the Best Top Easy Roll thing to cover, tonneau cover to cover my tools here. So we got this thing has got just random like jumper cables and big things in it. That's got my tools in it, and this has got my recovery gear in it. I have way too much stuff, probably things that I don't, most definitely things that I don't need, and things I'm probably not going to ever use, but I'd like to be prepared. So, and then the other thing that I did was I bought one of these hitch sliders from 4122 Industries or something like that. It goes in your reese hitch. It's a toe point and it's a slider to keep the reese hitch from just bottoming out. I saw a bunch of other Gladiator guys on YouTube using it, so I figured, what the heck, if it keeps the tow hitch from getting literally destroyed and bent up, might as well. It's like $100 or so. So we'll throw that in the hitch and see how that does. But I'm pretty much done packing the tools. I think I'm just gonna go with what I got. I'm, knock on wood, hopefully not gonna need any tools for me. I'm probably gonna use it for other people, but I'm hoping that this year we go smoothly. I'm not trying to go out here and do, you know, the hard stuff or whatever. It's gonna be more of an overlandy route this year, I think. With the weather and stuff, the trails are gonna be super gross, like I said, so. But that's it. So we're going to be leaving here in a couple hours to head up there, and I'll probably video vlog up there and show you what it's like up there where we're staying, and the guides lunch and dinner cookout thing. So I'll see you when we get up there. All right, so we start out on Wednesday. This Jeep Jamboree lasts from Thursday to Friday, weekday Jamboree. We started out on Wednesday doing some pre-running, trail cleanup. Everybody was in town, so that's what we did. Joined a couple of the trail guides, and we had access to a lot of actual property that usually you're not allowed to get to, which was great. So I wanted to hit some trails that I haven't hit in a long time with the new Gladiator, and this is one. Hot damn. I haven't ran this in a long time, and then the last time I ran it, I think it was in my YJ. I'm not for sure, but this one was definitely not very Gladiator friendly. Very tight and very muddy. The whole week was muddy. Like I said before, it had rained for 40 days and 40 nights, and it rained on us when we were pre-running, as you can tell. But this trail was definitely not good enough. Good enough for the Gladiator. I could have. You'll see here in a second, but this is the actual obstacle to Hot Dam. In the GoPro, it doesn't look like much, but couldn't see nothing. And I am on 37s, which in the Gladiator is like 35s. So I attempt it, and you'll see how that goes.
Is this the section, Geo? You said we can go straight and not come up through this crevice? No, straight you can, but the one thing you see the top as well. But Hot Dam is a trail once we get to the top, that's where you'll take a left at.
So do I go straight or what? Because I don't think I'm going to be able to get up here.
We're at the sign that says Hot Dam.
Well,
What tire size would do that? What's that? You don't think you can get up into there? In the Hot Dam? Sam's made the turn, but not making the climb up anything yet.
no. No, I don't even have them on right now. I'm trying to be like my people.
I want to be like my people.
Yeah.
All right, let's drive on up. I don't know if you're going to drive up or not. You drive up.
Oh God. Oh, damn it.
Cut.
So I'm kind of confused how that happened.
I don't know.
Don't know.
As you can see, the fender came off. I could have made it. When I pre-run, I try to pre-run like my group. My group is this very entry class group. Smallest tires at 33. You don't have to have a winch. You don't have to have much of nothing to get out there in my group. So I don't want to take my Gladiator or somebody else's vehicle and run these gnarly trails with lockers on and big tires and everything else, and then have to pull people through it or take people through trails that they don't need to be on. So that's why we just ended up backing down, and then we ended up going to do Sinking Creek, which I did in my pre-run video if you saw that. But I wanted to get out there and see how much water had been, how much water had accumulated since the last time I went up there, and see if there's anything that needed to be moved, which there was. Looked like a tree or somebody had moved a tree down or something. So right here, you'll see that there's a log in the middle of the trail. I don't know if somebody moved it or what the deal was with that. But me and Austin, one of my guides, got out and we moved it to the side. I know you can't really tell much from the GoPro on the dash, but I'm just trying different lines and stuff. No lockers, like I said before. So just trying different things, see what it's going to be like, because we're about to have a group of about 15 or 20 Jeeps to make it up this. So trying to test it out the best I can to see what possibilities there are for lines. That's what you do as a group, as a trail guide. You got to go out here, pre-run it, see what the lines are, see what the conditions are. But I know you can't really tell much from the GoPro on the dash, but it was muddy and it was slick, and we got through it, and we were on to the next part of the trail, which was the climb out. Was the next part, hard part of the trail. What's funny about this is just the week before that, I had trouble getting up that, or a couple weeks before that when I did the pre-running, I had trouble getting up it, and then this day, with the water really run off of it. All right, so this was Thursday, first day of the trail day. Wednesday we had pre-running, and then after that we do registration. So Thursday is the first actual trail day. I ended up signing up 15 Jeeps for our group. We had my Jeep as the Gladiator lead, Austin and Missy in their new JKU rig they usually come in a TJ, a stretch TJ, but this year they wanted to be living the life of luxury and air conditioning, so they bought a JK. It's on 35s. It's got a lunchbox in the front, still on the Dana 30. Then we got Aaron and his built JKU with the Hemi 40s and 1-tons. We had Mike from Jeep Jamboree. You'll see his Jeep in here. And then we had Tyler from Amsoil in here. So all together we had over 20 Jeeps for the first day, which was a lot. But first day we ended up doing going out, hitting Otta Tunnel, just seeing some sights first day. Spalls Creek, and then we did it Pumpkin Hollow. This is where this is. Spalls Creek was nothing, just a bunch of mud holes. I like to use that trail as a warm-up, especially to gauge the participants, skill first day, to see on the second day. I like to throw, some more challenging trails on the second day. People that do these jamborees come from all over the country. A lot of people from Ohio and Michigan and Wisconsin, North Carolina and stuff like that. And most of them drive their stuff down, especially in these lower groups. So you don't want to just throw the whole thing at them right out the gate. You want to give them an easy intro into it the first time, and then let them, do harder stuff later on down the line. My goal the whole time is, 1, for everybody to have a good time, and 2, for everybody to be able to drive back home in one piece without, blowing their stuff up or breaking their stuff. So that was the deal with this. This is on top of Pumpkin. Pumpkin wasn't as muddy as I really thought it was going to be, which was surprising. But the first day ended up being a pretty good day. After Pumpkin Hollow, we ended up heading over to Sand Lick to get on the Cat 1 hard trail. This trail is becoming more and more washed out as the years go on. I've seen multiple videos of people that do the Cat that show this exact spot right here. It's actually not bad anymore, this spot. Further down the line, there's some pretty deep mud holes that are getting deeper, but this one right here, this is used to lean you over to the side where the bank is, but now it's kind of really washed out where it's not even that bad, really. It's not even leaning you over that bad anymore. You can just walk right up it like I'm about to do. It being easy didn't mean that there wasn't some people that wanted to make it a little bit more challenging, a little bit more fun than it probably should have been. You'll see here in a second, one of my participants wanted to see how far they could go around the wall. Here, you'll have to see it right here. This is pretty interesting. Oh. Back up. Holy no. Holy cow.
How you like that one?
That was pretty crazy. Passenger. Passenger. All right, come on up. Holy cow. Lord have mercy, I could have changed your oil for you.
I appreciate it.
Holy crap. Luckily Melody was right there, so I had to put her point of view into it, her standing right next to it. Which do you think's better, this view or the other view from the first one? Still pretty interesting either way. Holy cow!
How you like that one?
That was pretty crazy. Passenger. All right, come on up. So after that almost flip over, you know, you would think that everybody would be like, you know, the pucker factor would be up and everybody would, you know, try their best not to do that, even though you are coming up and three-wheeling a little bit, not as crazy as that guy was. But we ended up having a little bit different issue here in a second. You'll see here. One of my guides, Austin, he brings his JK through here, and I don't know where all this extra timber is from that's down in here, but I guess people, when they come up here overlanding in their Tacomas and stuff, they stack the little ruts with trees and logs and everything. You can see it. The logs just being pushed around in this mud hole right now. But yeah, Austin's about to get a hold of one, and not in a good way.
Turn this way.
See if you can grab the tree.
Well, if he turns this way, it'll let go of the log.
Turn that way. Which way?
Passenger.
Turn passenger, see if it'll let go of it.
Nope.
Stop.
Stop.
Stop. Now it's inside of it. Just stop.
Have him come forward, passenger.
Yeah, it's all in your suspension. You probably have to pull forward. Hopefully it'll roll it out.
Turn passenger.
Turn passenger and pull forward.
I don't think that's going to help. It's going to get jammed up in there more. Tell him to grab hold of it and pull it.
You got it. Keep coming. Keep coming. All right, now try to back up. So we ended up having to, I cut a bunch of this out because we videoed it, but it took us a while, not a while, but you know, we were just trying to find the best situation, best way to do this. So we ended up just hooking his winch to the tree. Luckily it was there, and snatching it back. And yeah, good thing I cut most of it out because I should have left it in, but it was a good 15 minutes of us setting this up and everybody talking about it, you know, and they wanted me to get my sawzall out and cut the tree and stuff. But this was the easiest way to do it. Just get it out of the way and continue on with our day.
What are we trying to do, fellas?
So I'm going to snatch it. I'm going to
Pull around
run
that
under
and
there and then just pull it off because you can't.
Pull the log up.
Yeah,
Got it. Okay.
That's the only option, unless you're gonna chainsaw.
Well, I mean, we could probably get somebody else's vehicle and pull it back here and maybe pull it out, but by the time you do that,
You drag the whole log and everything right on up.
Yeah, right.
It should pull out. It's right there.
you a Kodak
It's on it. You guys think it'll pull out this way though if we pivot it?
Yep, that's good. Keep going.
No. Did you bump in? Bump in.
Stop.
Now,
Now
once you in.
bump the winch a little bit. Yep.
All right, stop right there.
Stop.
Adjust that down so it doesn't fall off the tip of it. Can you reach that, Mike?
You should be able to push it.
It looks like it's almost off.
Let
to
off
the
just a
tip.
little bit. There you go.
Yeah, I can't get it. I would say pull it a little bit more. There you go.
Okay. Yeah, keep coming.
Whoever stuff that is, I'm sorry.
Damn on the jeans.
Just getting ready to pull it
That's
off.
gonna work good though, I think.
Yeah, just keep going. Yeah.
Okay, pull it up, keep it a little. You can see it now, right? You're free. Whoa.
See, I
Good
told
job,
you guys it'd work.
I don't think it did. I really don't. Everything was on the tire. This one.
This is good. Come back this way. There you go. Move it over.
You got it, brother. Now for the fun part. Good job, brother.
And with that, the tree is now not our problem. And if you go to run the Cat 1, make sure you watch out for loose logs that could possibly, jam up your suspension and get in your wheel. But after that, everybody else made it on through, and we headed back up the trail to the next part. After we got everybody up there, not soon after that, this two-door got kind of sideways. It's really slick right here, and got crossed up and kind of got stuck in a hole. So he requested to be have a little tension on the front end. That way, wouldn't the front end wouldn't come up. So he had a tow strap. We grabbed it and hooked it to the Jeep in front of him to give him some tension. That way he could drive up under his own power. And that's what we did. And he, with this tow strap connected, he climbed right up.
Hold on 1 second. Get up there. Hold on 1 second.
Hard pass and make sure it keeps out of the way more.
Ellie, go this way. Up here.
Yeah.
Easy. Easy. All right. Come on with it.
And with that done, we made it, got everybody else up, and headed to the next part. So this next part, it's changed a lot since last year. This hole has just been dug out and blown out pretty much. This is where I got stuck last year going up the trail instead of coming down. But this year, had no problems. There's some big rocks in here. But you just kind of let it push you off to the side and you can go right through. our last trail, you would call it, or sightseeing activity of the day before we headed to dinner, was Stump Cave. I try to take my groups there every year. It's kind of one of the highlights of the area. But this is the little spot to get in. There, it's not really a big deal, but where some of these guys didn't have lockers and stuff, made it more interesting. I know if you're a hardcore off-roader, this is literally nothing to you, but this guy's on literally a stock 4xe Rubicon, so he's 33s, and long wheelbase. So for these type of rigs right here, this is pretty nice, pretty good stuff for them. But we only had one person that had a problem, so we had a Cherokee that was in our group, and he I guess he didn't have lockers or anything, or even a limited slip. So he you'll see here in a little bit, he gets a couple tries at it, and he ends up not making it. So he ends up having an issue. So I'll just roll the clip and you can see it. This is the XJ I was talking about, the Cherokee. He had a nice setup Cherokee. It flexed good and stuff. He had a set of BFG KM2s that look like old KM2s on a set of bullet, Mickey Thompson wheels that are probably 9 or 10 wide. One of the problems I noticed with his rig was he was aired down, but his tires weren't really flexing and biting, so that was kind of one of his problems. They were kind of still ballooned out, but he had a valiant effort trying to get up here, but eventually we hooked a strap to him, and then that's when the problem happened. And that right there, my friends, is de-beating a tire without a wheel. It'd be nice if he would have had those Method B grips like I had on my other Jeep. Those would have kept him hopefully gripped up. But like I said, it was really ballooned out. But luckily he had a spare, and we ended up heading to the cave. All right, everybody, that's going to be at the end for this one. I'm going to do a part 2 next week, so make sure to come back for that. Hopefully y'all liked it. Leave a comment down below if you were in my group. Hopefully you're watching this video. I was going to make it a whole one episode deal, one time thing, but it was going to be over an hour long with the pre-running and day 1, day 2, and then I also got a bunch of how it performed and stuff like that at the end. So gonna cut it up right here and have a part 2 next week. So make sure to come back for that. Like I said, hit that like button, subscribe if you have not already, and drop a comment down below. So with that, we'll see you in the next one.